Shabla.
Thank you. So I'm not going to read language pieces tonight,
Okay.
just to disappoint you, of course. I think what you said was elegant and difficult, and I wasn't sure if you were talking about my writing or myself.
Or both.
This is my new book, Libretta Lumi. I have a new chapbook that's out now, but I don't have copies for sale, so you have to go online and buy it. So after you buy 3 or 4 of John's books, my book is there on the side. I had a show of my paintings in October, a solo show of my paintings, and this poem was up on the wall. The earth is round, yet we divide it into squares. We live in square houses, in square rooms, eat from round bowls and round plates, each at a square table. At night, we lie each in a square bed beneath the round moon. Will we ever fit together? My thoughts go around my round head, then fly in circles before lying down in straight lines on a square of paper. Then line after line of thought circles out from the square of paper, concentric circles swirling out, the pebble of a thought tossed into the pond of the universe. One night, I too will lie down in a straight line, merely a thought among other thoughts, not connected except by shape, not fitting the circle of the earth. I am a square peg, a blockhead with a round hole in the bullseye of my heart that nothing stops. And I lift my round eyes to the great circle of the sky in wonder. On the square floor lies a square rug of moonlight cast from the round moon. I step around it. In the flat air, the ball of a fly circles the box of the room beneath the flat roof. I gesture, my hand swirling around my head. I move in a circle through the square house, like a circus pony, a miller's ass, yoked to destiny, the hands of a stubborn clock, marking moments by the movement of myself. The shape of this night is a naked window and an empty bed. The shape of this man is a tattered paper with silly lines, each form separated from the full circle of life, each silhouette separated from the full circle of love. There is no home but your heart. Even the ocean which draws the poison from my soul like a poultice cannot house the furniture of my life, nor shelter the delicate china of my work. I am indigent without your love. The source of my poems is not the sea, not the sky, though the breath of these is a glimpse of the face of God. No, the source of poetry is not an expanse of blue, nor an unfathomable depth, but instead the soft, fresh green of the garden, blossoming in the chamber of your heart, where I live. Obviously, you'll find out I'm very miserable. The hole in my heart holds your shape. The hunger of my arms recalls the feast of your body. Now there's not a crumb of affection. My lips fit only the puzzle of your brow, the keyhole of your navel, the glove of your mouth, and without these connections have nothing to say. Silence inhabits the space vacated by your voice. Mist is not the quick laugh, not the mindless humming, those echo in my soul. Mist is the voice of the everyday room, the words with coffee or lemonade or wine. I am so dry without you. Where is my refreshment? In the morning, I am a flag without wind. In the evening, a meal without spice. Since you found a new road and compass, life has been full of the absence of you. In the course of a lifetime, there are more hours of darkness than light if you are awake for them. But in the hour of darkness, light is just a switch from shadow if you want to flip. Where there is light, there is the presence of darkness. The brighter the sun, the deeper the shadow. Where there is darkness, there is the presence of light, if you know to look. The blacker the night, the brighter the stars. Oh, the epiphanies of those dark hours. Oh, the presence of light. At a performance of the shadow play, you do not watch the puppet, but the shadow of the puppet. That is considered reality. The life you have and hold with him is a shadow play, a performance, the great adventure, the great drama, the great silhouette of reality. I know the story, but continue to watch from the wings. I am a poor puppet examining my own shadow in the play of life. I see each dark movement magnified, each dark monologue amplified. But at the edge of my open eye, even on the blackest night, there is the sometimes faint, sometimes fierce radiance of heroic stars. It is not a song, but birds are chirping again. It is not a poem, but I am writing notes and lists, and sometimes that is how love begins. Now the road is dry enough to pass, and I will make the trip to market. How I have missed apples and almonds, chocolate and wine. Maybe the post office is holding a letter. Rain and wind have come and gone, but in my heart, the weather of my soul remains. Actually, it's just starting out there. If you're not going to Michael Torres's chaplet party, you're invited to my house for wine afterwards, which is just a couple blocks over. I have grown weary of this life form. I have grown weary of this life. I have grown weary of this form. I have grown weary of this form of life. I have grown weary of this life of form. I have grown weary of this. I long for a life without form. I long for a life I can form. I long for a form I can like. The physical body separates you from me. The universal body dreams of union. The body of wisdom is half full of tears, or half empty of tears, but full and overflowing with emptiness. The physical body separates you from peace. The universal body dreams of communion. The body of knowledge is half full of fears, or half empty of fears, but full and overflowing with emptiness. The physical body separates. The universal body dreams. With which body do you fall in love? The body of the heart is half full of tears, or half empty of fears, but full and overflowing with emptiness. The universal body separates you from fantasy. The physical body dreams of confusion. I have grown weary of the earth and the matters of the earth. I have grown weary of matter and what matters. I have grown weary of birth and what scatters. I have grown weary of earthly matters and the emptiness of the heart. The intelligence of the heart is that it longs to be filled. I long for a body of grace. I long for a body's embrace. I long for a body to taste. I would fill it with the breath of my love. In my dream, I am the bearer of joy, and all delights you enjoy. But here, I am the body of tears, filling the earth's empty shore. The form of this earth, my only embrace. The life of this earth, my only chore. The universe is not measured in space, but in time. The size of the universe is not its expanse, but its age. Distance is measured in years of light, though years without light are also counted. The number of light years from here to there, the number of dark years from there to here, the number of twilight centuries to somewhere, the number of eclipse minutes to anywhere else. Thus, the size of the universe is not the space between you and me, but the time between you and me. The moments of light, the moments of dark, the moments of twilight, the moments of eclipse. Sometimes your light bent around me, only by its bending acknowledging my orbit. Sometimes I reflected your light, increasing the beauty of heaven, master moon that I am. But always you were the star, I was the satellite. No binary solar system here. The yardstick of light, which keeps the time of the universe, measure for measure, does not plumb a black hole. That which is reckoned there is more essential than light, and measure for measure is more accurate. Dark matter is what matters, it seems. Without radiance, your gravitational pull exerted influence on my body for a time, until the implosion was complete. And I was a single meteor flying, half frozen, half burning, across the constant night sky. The universe is not measured in space, but in time. And we are measured in moments of light, of dark, of twilight, of eclipse, of emptiness. A lot of these are science and math related, obviously. The physics of life is not a universal theory. It is not relative to love. There is a hidden mathematics to affairs of the heart, a metaphysical geometry that cannot be proved in the three-dimensional world. When it comes to love, there is no 1 + 1. There is no 1 + 1 + 1. There is no 2 - 1. There is no 2 + 1 - 1. Love is not simple math. If it were, we would each marry our 4th grade sweetheart forever. The hidden factors of love, the secret algebra for which there is no class, remain the final mystery of the universe, beyond the song and dance of the stars, beyond the song and dance of the atoms of ourselves. These are flashes of light in darkness, and easier to see than a soulmate. I have been a poor student in this subject, or a great failure, depending on the perspective. I can almost see the invisible factors of love, but the blind students still get better grades. A ball rolls better than a box. A box sits better than a ball. At the end of it all, the questions remain. Who are you? What do you do? Do you do what you do? Are you who you are? A ball is not better than a box. A box is not better than a ball. Each has a different arc on the slope of life. Each has a separate life on the slippery slope of love. A ball and a box each shape the air. A box and a ball each shape the soul. Who are you when you are who you are? What do you do when you do what you do? I have been a box, longing to be a ball. You have been a ball, longing to be a box. At the end of it all, the answers remain. When you roll, and the slope is kind. When I stop, when I sit, it's easy to find the box holds a treasure, and the ball has adventure, and the questions are the answers, and the art is divine.